I want to talk to you about backlinks for SEO. This is one of the most important ranking factors, despite what you read, where it might say that backlinks aren't important anymore. That is not the truth. In this video, I'm going to help you understand what exactly backlinks are for SEO, why they're so valuable, how to measure your backlink profile versus the competition, and how to acquire more backlinks to ultimately improve your rankings. All right, so this is an article I wrote a while back for entrepreneur.com, 5 reasons why businesses should invest in Google Ads. Entrepreneur, a very authoritative website. I wrote this article, and you'll see within the article, if you do a good job managing your search terms and add negative keywords, you can drive amazing quality traffic to your site. Well, if you click on adding negative keywords, it takes you to a blog post on Google search terms on the Media Captain's website. So that is what a backlink is. A backlink is a hyperlink on a website on an external website that is pointing to your site. So it's just important to understand what the concept is. When you think about it, the concept of backlinks makes a lot of sense. In this illustration here, you'll see my website, The Media Captain, and you'll see that there are quality websites that link back to us. The Columbus Dispatch, which is the local publication based off of where our agency is, entrepreneur.com, Search Engine Land, 10TV. I've been in business for 16 years now, and over the years, we have gotten a lot of links back to our site. So in Google's eyes, the Media Captain's website is authoritative. There is credibility behind it. If my next door neighbor wanted to start a marketing agency tomorrow, he could easily build out pages. He could build a homepage on Wix. He could have a page on SEO, on PPC, on social media, but he's not going to rank. And that's how it should be because his business has no authority. So in Google's eyes, all of those credible links pointing back to your site, they add to your overall authority, which I'll dive into here shortly. You might be watching this video and saying, great, backlinks help increase your SEO. Let me find somebody on Fiverr for $99 a month that will get me a lot of backlinks, and that's going to improve my rank. Well, you can never outsmart Google. That is my motto. And what happened back in 2012 is that that's exactly what was happening. People were farming out their backlinks, and they were getting spammy backlinks from overseas, and all was well in their world until Google started cracking down on that, and the Google Penguin algorithm update launched. And essentially what it was is Google saying that we want to see quality links pointing back to your site. So when I talk about link building, don't try to manipulate the system. I'm going to go over tactics on how to acquire natural backlinks, but it is important that you get relevant quality websites linking back to your site. So right now I am within SEMrush, and I am able to compare my authority score versus my competitors. So you'll see that our agency has a 34, 5 Marketing has a 28, the Creative Spot has a 21. This is an indicator that's telling me how powerful a website is on a scale of 1 to 100, primarily based off of backlinks. So when prospective clients call into us and they say, Jason, how long is it going to take me to rank on Google? If you are a personal injury lawyer and you've just launched your practice and have a brand new website, it's going to take a heck of a lot longer than when an established firm that has an authority score in the 20s or 30s coming our way is coming to us as a prospective client. So, and it's pretty amazing the correlation between authority score and rank on Google. So if you come over here, the agencies that I showed you, ours, 5 Marketing, Creative Spot, 5 Spots ranking number 1, we're ranking number 3. We have a higher authority score than 5 Marketing, but it's not always apple to apple. Sometimes there's a little deviation. The Creative Spot had a lower authority score. They're ranking number 5. So I can't tell you how good of an indicator authority score and actual rank is. So our agency has an authority score of a 34, and you might be thinking about that number and saying, 34 out of 100, that is a failing grade miserably on any test, but that's not the mindset that you should have. For a local business, a 34 is actually really damn good. So let me just walk you through this. Authority score of 0 to 10, I view as poor. It's that you've launched a website recently and just don't have any backlinks, or if you've had a website, there's been nobody linking to your website. So 0 to 10, maybe if you're in a really niche vertical, you could rank for that, but pretty poor authority score. When you get from 11 to 20, it's actually pretty decent for a lot of local businesses. If you are a pool cleaner in Athens, Georgia, and you have an authority score of 11 to 20, you can do a lot of damage with that. So some people get discouraged by their authority score of 13. It's actually a good thing to work with. So 11 to 20 is decent. When you get into the 21 to 30 range, it's really solid, especially for a local business. For the majority of verticals, we work with all types of industries. 21 to 30 should give you the potential to rank in your local market. 31 to 40, damn good. That is where you could be ranking on, you should be dominating your local market. Again, depends on the vertical, but for most verticals that we work with, and even gives you potential for some national rank. Once you get above a 40, that's a lot of times if you see a company above a 40, it's either a media publication or it's a brand that has national prominence where they are doing business nationally and most likely ranking for national terms. So I just wanted to share the overall authority score scale to give you better concept. And if you want to see why a competitor has a stronger authority score than you, all of the information is right at your fingertips. You can, within SEMrush, you can go to referring domain. You can segment it based off of high authority score, and you can see all of the backlinks pointing to your website or to a competitor's website. So for the Media Captain, we've had an article picked up by Bing, American Express, the UPS store, and you'll see that these are sites. American Express has an 88 authority score. The UPS store, a 79 authority score. So over 16 years, all of these authoritative sites linking back to our site has bolstered our authority score to a 34. So there are different ways of acquiring backlinks, and I just want to go through this briefly. The first one is blogging. A lot of people just don't use their blog in the right way. They are blogging about fluff content because they think fresh content is important on their site, and that's not the truth. When you blog, it should be, one of the objectives should be to create link-worthy content. You don't want to go overboard on this, but let me just give you an example. Wrote a blog about 25 Google Business Profile stats and facts, just statistics on what was formerly Google My Business. That has become a link magnet for us. We have gotten over 200 websites, all within our industry, within marketing, linking back to that site. That has been a huge boost for our overall authority score. And when you're thinking of backlinks, topical relevance is very important. You don't want your links coming from non-relevant sites. And a blog is a great way to keep it industry specific and focused, and just be thinking of different topics that would garner other people linking back to you. A lot of times when somebody else is writing a blog, they are looking for a statistic or an interesting fact. So be thinking about that with your blog. The other one is traditional PR. I was able to forge relationships with local news stations here in Columbus, Ohio. I've reached out to reporters at the Columbus Dispatch. I've reached out to producer at 10 TV to get that to get a relationship there. So over the years, that's just traditional PR. I have become a local source, and that has provided very valuable backlinks. News backlinks, if you get linked by a news publication, that has a high authority score, so that's extremely valuable. Another thing to be thinking about is partners and connections. So again, I'm sticking with the Media Captain. I'm not trying to brag here or anything. It's easy for me to talk about what we've done, and hopefully it will help you out. But for partners, for real-time reporting, we use -this. For our real-time reporting, we use -this. When our our office is located in downtown Columbus, and there's a website that lists out local businesses in Columbus. So be thinking of all of the different partners that you have, whether it's vendors that you're using, whether it's based off of where your business is located, even if it's friends who own businesses. Be thinking of all of those different partners and connections and formulate a list and try and find a strategic way that they could link back to you in a natural and organic manner. The other one is local sponsorships, just partaking in your local community, sponsoring a youth hockey team, a youth baseball team, sponsoring a 5K run. You don't have to go crazy on this, but just it helps you get your name out and your brand in the community. And also a lot of times there are backlink opportunities there. So rather than hiring somebody in the Philippines to build backlinks for $99 a month, this is the more ethical, natural way that is going to reward you in the long run. It's not easy. You need to create great content. You need to have a PR strategy. You need to leverage your partners. But this is what you should be thinking when it comes to acquiring backlinks. If you're just launching a new website or have a low authority score, it is an uphill battle to acquire more links and bolster your authority score. So I understand that can be frustrating. But once you've established a decent authority score, every time you publish content, it's going to become easier for you to rank. So it's going to create this snowball effect. My name is Jason Parks with The Media Captain. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, you can contact me at themediacaptain.com.